20 concealers later, and only these 7 made the cut. After testing 20 different concealers on my 42-year-old dry skin, narrowing it down to just 7 was actually not that easy because some of them, quite a few of them, actually stood out for different reasons. But when it comes down to what I actually reach for and wear the most, these are it. I'll share what's best for hydration, minimal coverage, full coverage, and everyday wear. So let's get right into it. All right, so these are the 7 best concealers in the order of least expensive to the most expensive. All right, we're gonna start off with the Tower 28 Swipe All Over Serum Concealer, which retails for a modest $22. This has actually been the one that I have been reaching for the most, especially the last 3 weeks. My skin has been extra reactive and extra sensitive, and Tower 28 is known to have very clean ingredients for people who do have very sensitive skin. But that's not the only thing. I love the shade that I chose, which is 3.0 cc. It definitely has the perfect amount of radiance. It has the perfect amount of coverage. It does not settle in your fine lines, and it's just a really amazing concealer, especially at a $22 price point. So this is definitely one of the top concealers that I would recommend for somebody who has dry or mature skin. Next, we have the Rituel the Fille Soft Sorcery Weightless Serum Concealer, and this retails for $29. I really love this concealer. I love the consistency of it. It's definitely one of the most hydrating. Actually, it is the most hydrating out of the bunch. It's nice and thick and creamy, and it has skincare ingredients, which I do love. This is shade Spell 116. It is a nice everyday concealer. If you are somebody who has extremely dry skin, this would be one that I would reach for. The only thing that I have to say is it is a concealer that I highly recommend setting because it is so hydrating. But I love this concealer. It has a nice medium coverage. So if you are somebody who needs medium coverage, everyday wear, and somebody who has very extremely dry skin, this is the one that I would reach for. Next, we have the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Concealer. This seems to be everybody's favorite concealer right now. It retails for $30, and this is the concealer that I reach for when I want that full coverage, that full glam. It's not the most hydrating out of the bunch, but it isn't a drying formula whatsoever. It has a nice skin-like finish. It's nice and buildable, and this was something that I was reaching for a ton up until recently. I've been choosing more clean ingredient products because of my reactive skin, but I can't say anything negative about this concealer. I definitely would reach for this if you want a, more glammed up look, or if you definitely just need a little bit more coverage. I might not reach for this if you have a lot of texture underneath your eyes because it isn't as hydrating as some of the other ones, but it definitely is a nice product when you want to get glammed up. Definitely worth the hype. All right, next we have the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer, which retails for $32. Now, this is also something that I reach for more frequently than some of the others. I love that it has skincare ingredients in it. It feels super nice and super creamy. It has a nice coverage. I wouldn't say it's super extremely full coverage, but it would be one that I would reach for when I do want more full coverage. The shade that I have is light peach, so it's not a brightening color. So that is another reason why I might not reach for it when I want more of a bright under eye. I'm actually wearing this in combination with the Tower 28. Because of the peach formula, I put it up underneath where I have a little more dark circles, and then I put the Tower 28 on the inner and outer corners to have that brightening effect. This also has clean ingredients, so I feel confident that it's not going to cause a reaction. So that's another reason why I reach for this more. It's nice and hydrating. I think it has a great coverage, and this would be a good everyday concealer for somebody who does want a little bit more coverage and wants clean ingredients, wants skincare depuffing ingredients. I absolutely love this, and I don't need any more concealers, but I think I want to go get this in a lighter shade so I can wear it more often. So another one that is definitely worth the hype and definitely probably in my top 3 out of the top 7. All right, next we have the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer that retails for $32. And this had to make the list because it is an OG. It's been around. It's nice and creamy. It has a skin-like finish. It has a nice buildable coverage. It's a good everyday wear. I love the fact that it comes in minis, so you can throw it in your purse for touch-ups. I would say that if you are somebody who wants like an everyday medium coverage, you cannot go wrong with the NARS Radiant Concealer. Like I said, it's an OG. It's been around the block for forever and ever and ever. And so I still feel like this had to make the list. All right, so next we have the RMS UnCoverup that retails for $40. And this is definitely a favorite in the comments. People really loved this formula. It has just a really nice, natural formula that is very hydrating, very clean ingredients. I am obsessed with anything and everything RMS Beauty. I mean, they just really take care in their products, you can tell. And anything and everything that I've ever bought from them, I'm just obsessed with. So I definitely recommend this. They do put a lot of yellow in their formulas purposefully to have a nice coverage for your under eye circles. I actually have this in 2 different shades. That's the 11.5, and then I also have it in the 00 for when I do want a little bit more of a brightening formula. This is so good for your eyelids as a base because it's less drying than an eyelid primer. And because of the clean ingredients, I know that it will not cause sensitivity or irritation or anything like that. So absolutely love this formula for somebody who has mature skin, dry skin, sensitive skin. Absolutely highly recommend this. It's definitely more on the lighter coverage side. It can be buildable, but it's very radiant and very hydrating. So if you're somebody who is looking more for something for hydration and you don't need so much coverage, definitely opt for that one because it is a absolutely beautiful formula. All right, up next we have the Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Concealer, which is the most expensive of the bunch at $42. So I absolutely love this formula. It is gorgeous. It is so lightweight. It's weightless, very natural, very hydrating. So if you're looking for something for a very natural under eye, this would be your go-to. It's not that buildable. So if you do want something with a little bit more full coverage and you're somebody who needs to cover dark circles, that's probably not going to do it, even if you pile on layer upon layer. But if you're looking for something that is just a very natural, skin-like, very hydrating formula, very silky, it feels beautiful going on, then I highly recommend it. It's worth the $42 hype just to have something nice and luxurious on your skin. The one thing you can do is if you have a very full coverage formula, it might be a little bit drying for you. You can, I wouldn't say water it down, but you can mix it with this and just come up with your own perfect consistency. So that is something that I do as well. But just such a lovely, very lightweight, very natural formula. So that's what you're looking for. Definitely grab for this. I do have a runner-up for number 7. This is the Lancôme Serum Concealer. And to be honest, it is very similar to the Armani Luminous Silk. Very lightweight, very hydrating, very glowy and serumy and silky, and all the things. The only reason why I don't reach for this one as much is I do prefer just a little bit more coverage, and I have so many to choose from, so it is definitely hard to reach for things on certain days. I actually sometimes forget about what I have in my drawer, but I had to put this in it for a nice natural lightweight. And honestly, this was $31. So if you are looking for something that is on the lightweight, natural hydration formula situation, and you want to not splurge the $42, this is only $31, and I definitely think it is just as good. So like I said, I had a hard time choosing which one to make the list. So they both made the list. So it's really actually top 8. concealers. Now, if you guys wanted to see how all of these concealers performed for the wear test, I'm gonna put a link to the different series videos of the concealers, and I will put timestamps under each of these concealers so you can go straight to the concealer and see how it actually started off in the day, and then I did a wear test, showed you whether or not it creased. I showed you whether or not it would look better with a setting powder or a setting spray, or no setting at all. So definitely check that out, and let me know which one of these are your favorites and why, or if you've tried any other ones that maybe I should try. Maybe I need to do a number 4 best concealers for dry and mature skin series video. They do take quite a bit of time though, I do have to say. Love-hate relationship with those. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you found a concealer that you think that might work for you, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe, share it with a friend. All of those things really do help support my channel, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. So I can't wait to see you all in the next one.